Good afternoon, everyone. Today in our stream, we're gonna talk about.
Hello, hello.
Today we'll be joined by Huffy Bear. Come on, Huffy, introduce yourself.
Hello,
Again.
hello. It's your bear Huffy here. How's it going, everyone?
Yay! Yeah,
Welcome to Maysa's stream.
Today we're gonna discuss a lot about this one anime called Overlord. So, we're just gonna assume that you know a bit about Overlord, and yeah, me and
little
Huff,
bit.
yeah, the general gist of it. Yeah, it's about basically about the whole kingdom getting isekai from a game world into the new world, which we our fans calling it, and they just soloing everyone, just easy defeating everyone because they're literally OP, like the weakest servant from Nazareth is like the strongest being there is on the new world. So so what do you think, Avi?
Yeah, well, I feel like it's a little bit more than that too. It's because Overlord, one of the reasons why I like it so much compared to other isekai, for one, is, I mean, he's not a high schooler, he was a working. It might seem weird or whatever, but it does make the subject matter, what he deals with, and how he interacts with other people a little bit more. How would you say?
Relatable.
Mature? Serious?
All right, Mr. Boomer, we get it. We're not mature for you. Yeah, I'm still in my high school, so I guess I still have much to learn. So, well, you say when you said that, it kind of makes sense because most of the isekai genre is mostly filled with like adolescent people. Either they're still in high school, or they claim themselves to be 12 years old, but they have the body of the Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Yeah, that's kind of typical stuff. Hey, wait, is my connection? Hopefully it's not broken. Huffy.
I'm here. I can still hear you.
Oh my god. You gave me a heart attack for a second there.
You still here, bro?
Yeah,
you hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Oh my god. Alright, so since the fourth season, like, it ended like this week, right? This week the fourth season ended, right? And the ending,
yeah, season finale was on Monday.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Renner to betray the whole kingdom, I was expecting her to be obliterated with everyone else. Like, I know she's up to something. She's not up to something evil, but it's been hinted all the way back since the early seasons, but and it's also hinted in the opening. But I wasn't really expecting her to be this despicable. She's like, that's why she's no longer referred as human. She turned herself into a demon. Like, welcome, Kyle. We're discussing about Overlord. And we're gonna start by talking about Renner. So yeah,
Renner is so fascinating to me. And you're right, they were foreshadowing her involvement for quite a while.
Betrayal.
But I don't know. I like Yandere as a trope. That's just me. And she's like the yandere Disney princess, like she's very, I don't know. She's just very fascinating to watch. Her relationship with Climb.
Yeah, but why would she do that though? I mean, Climb, like, I know he's a noble guy. He's like above most of the people on the new world when it comes to morality. But why did she sacrifice her whole family, her whole kingdom, just for this one guy? Was there any significance to this guy?
I don't know if I would call it nobility, but so if you go to season 4, the very last episode that we were just talking about, when she's talking with Climb and her father, the king, there's one scene in particular that kind of encapsulates, or one frame that encapsulates their relationship. It's when the king tells Climb, like, hey, if you take her out of here, you can marry her. You know, how does that sound as a deal? So Renner, as I'm sure, like, you know, it's obvious, like, she's kind of a genius, but she's a psychopath. She doesn't really feel things. Like, Albedo and Demiurge said that she's like a heteromorph in human skin. It's not like she's a real human or whatever. But Climb imprinted on her. That's why she acts like such a good princess, is because it, and this is from my reading of the light novels, it makes her feel like I don't know, warm and fuzzy inside when she sees the way he looks at her when she pretends to be like a really good princess. So that, and having him wrapped around her finger, is what gives her joy, because, you know, she's kind of dead inside. So when her father says, hey, if you leave with her, you can marry her or whatever, normally you would think that, oh, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But for her, you can see her mask slip when he says no. Like, I'm her shield, like, I'm gonna do whatever she tells me to do. You can see her mask slip and her real smile comes out when he says that for like, it's like 1 second, a couple of frames, but I was happy that they put that in there.
I
like,
didn't notice.
Renner.
I overlooked it. Oh no. I should rewatch the last episode. Oh no. I was overwhelmed by Brain's death. Yeah, you know, Cocytus. Cocytus? How do you pronounce his name? Is it Cocytus or Cocytus?
I always say Cocytus, but, you know, like, I don't think I've ever... Well, actually, I think that's the way the anime says it too, Cocytus.
Cocytus, alright. Cocytus. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle's right. She deliberately saw Nazarick as the safest place to be in the world, and she's gonna live forever with Climb, and that's all she cares about. You know, might as well have it be in the safest place.
Yeah. But I guess yeah, this yandere trope thing, I wasn't expecting it, you know, to slip into the world of Overlord, but yeah, well, I guess it is what it is. Yeah, she paid the price for a whole kingdom for, you know, living forever together with the guy that she loves.
Well, that's like, well, that's the thing, like, that's like a layered sacrifice too, right? Because so we know she was working with Nazarick so she could get that future with Climb, but to become a demon, and I think this was either hinted at in the light novels and expanded upon in the web novel, but that seed of the fallen that she got for Climb, she had to use that too to become an imp. And it was hinted that whatever she directly sacrificed for, like, to become a demon, was the orphanage that she was meeting with, like, the caretakers and the little kid in the beginning of the episode. She sacrificed them to become an imp.
No, how could she?
It's crazy, right?
No,
and that's something that's not like, it's not explicitly told to you, but, like, if you're, you know, that's what's brilliant that I find about Overlord. It's the world building is so spectacular compared to any other anime light novel out there. It's just there's so many layers in the background that if you want, you know, you can see all these things there too.
No, how could she? No, she can't be doing that to those innocent children. Well, she made them all smile. No, I can't believe it.
I mean, they're dead now, so.
Oh my god! You know what? Yeah, kudos for Mariyama for making such a layered story. But yeah, wasn't expecting all those children turning into imp. I thought they're just getting, you know, killed. Like, you know, there's like Einstein, like, you know, when Zanak told him, "Yeah, please kill me with your most painless attacks," and I thought they were killed with mercy, but no. All right.
I mean, speaking of which, like the image that you're showing here right now, that's the seed So she used one, and she's gonna have another one for Climb. So it remains to be seen who Climb will have to kill later on to become an imp as well. I have a feeling it will be done off screen, like we probably won't hear about it.
But it will be implied. But alright, I have several questions. Alright, alright, let me brace myself. The seed, you're
Let's
saying.
brace it.
Yeah, so,
Let's brace ourselves.
I don't know where to start. At the end of, right, the moments before, Renner went all out on that Disney, Disney style ending, like by singing all her hearts out, and why did you climb? He became surprisingly, submissive. If you know what I'm trying to say, like he just says, yeah, sure, and I don't think he really meant it. I mean, when he said yes, I feel like there's some sort of lies within it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Thankfully, we have the light novel here, and I have the hard copy like a few feet from me, so I can pull it up. But that takes place from his point of view, so we know exactly what he's thinking. As soon as he woke up, the first thing he thought about was pretty much Renner. So she was in front of him, it's already been stated from the get-go, like he is her shield, he is her sword, he is her, he belongs to her ever since she saved him as a little kid, so he'll follow her gladly into the depths of hell. So even though he has to swear allegiance to the Sorcerer King, Sasuga Ainsama, who killed him, he has to, yeah, he'll do it with a smile because of Renner. And that's why even though, the kingdom's fallen and everything has already been ground to dust and it's just her and Climb, she's still keeping up that act of a fairy tale princess in front of Climb because it makes her happy the way he looks at her like that.
So Climb's just pleading allegiance towards the Sorcerer Kingdom, I guess, for the sake of, Renner.
Yeah, all for Renner.
My gosh. Like, I know it's Overlord, but I'm still overwhelmed by this fact. Many things are overlooked because, the anime. I don't want to sound insulting, but there are many aspects that the anime just made as if it's overlooked, or they don't really emphasize on. When this one part where Climb he just pleads his allegiance towards Sorcerer Kingdom and just makes it implicit, and yeah, I don't get to feel the full experience. You know what? I'm just gonna read the light novel.
That's what anyone will tell you. If there's ever anything based upon a light novel or a manga first, you gotta get into it if you enjoyed the anime, because they deliberately make the animes just to sell whatever it was based on. Like, they never really make them to tell a complete story. That's why some animes end without fully concluding, like No Game No Life, that everyone always wants another season of. But yeah, one of the things I found really cool that if you read the light novel, but it's just like implied or whatever, and you can catch it if you're eagle-eyed. Like, say for example, season 2, when Sebastian is answering. Yeah.
You just really said Sebastian.
That's how it's implied. I know it sounds like kind of dummy, but like his name's not Sebastian, it's Sebas and then Tian. Chan. So it's like,
no.
They knew what they were doing there when they named him that. But yeah, when he's answering to Demiurge and who's that, Victim, and Cocytus is there, and Ainz too, you'd notice if you read the light novel or whatever, but it's implied too in the way he speaks that it's not actually Ainz, it's Pandora's actor who's the one who's telling him to kill, his waifu,
Oh,
the new human maid.
I remember. I like that
Yeah,
scene a lot.
Suare.
Yeah, Suare.
Yeah,
It's a
Suare
feels
Ninja.
good scene, alright. Wait. What does Kala say? It's also to explain the armor that as it used, it could be used. Good explanation of how useless the armor is to Nazar compared to PD. Alright, we're gonna discuss that later, Kyle. Alright, we have many discussions and we have only limited time, alright? We have only an hour. Huffy has something to do.
That's a good point that Kyle brings up, because that was it. That was a scene in Volume 14 as well. I recently reread it, so it's like kind of fresh to me. Like from what I remember, I think it only powers you up to like a certain level, like level 60 or 70, I think. So if you were higher than that, it didn't really do anything for you, and it could actually hinder you.
I mean, Albedo, she's almost unaffected. Her armor was, she was. I knew she had like the best defense in the whole Nazareth, right? But
yeah, she's like the ultimate tank of Nazareth.
yeah, the ultimate tank. But it doesn't even scratch her armor. Like the attacks of Azith and Red Drop or whatever the name is. Yeah, I guess, a new worlder wielding a weapon from, Yggdrasil. How do you pronounce it? Yggdrasil? Yggdrasil?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, that was quite a good fight. We got a good fan service. Good animation. I'd say it's decent. It's good enough.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, I'm just glad they got animated at all, because I know Overlord has a very weird, strange, what would you call that? Like, reception with the anime community, because they use a lot of CGI, especially in fight scenes, like the famous baby goat.
Yeah. The massacres during the war. Oh my god. That's season 3 even. Yeah.
Yeah, the animation for that's kind of, it is what it is. It's not really spectacular, but it's there. With that being said, like, I still think the fight between Red Drop and Albedo showcased what, it's like, okay, yeah, like, he's really just a distraction. And I don't know, I always like seeing overpowered characters kind of slap around other villainous people. So when Albedo was like laying it on him, I was all about it. I was like, hell yeah, Albedo, get him. Especially, since we're talking about the final episode, Philip at the end. I hated Philip as a character. I was so happy when Albedo finally was like, she let loose her fury upon him. She was like,
yeah,
your
Philip.
dad wanted you to suffer.
Yeah, goddamn that Philip guy. Yeah, he caused his own kingdom to rot, so he deserved it. Yeah, he absolutely did. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was worth it though. Yeah, he get to walk aside Albedo, so I think it's worth it. Putting his arm all around Albedo's shoulder, I mean, that's what most degenerate wants, right? Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, and you could see the disgust on her face visibly.
Oh my god. But yeah, he got the ending he deserves. But before that point though, yeah, I'm still feeling the chills when Ain said to both Cocutus and I think it was Mare, and he said that just destroy. I give you the permission, the freedom to destroy this. Just splat this land out. And then when Aro was about to send the message to the neuronist, right? Yeah, he said, like Ain said, don't kill them, okay? Just don't kill them yet. Yeah, I like that one. I like that scene, cause yeah, they deserve it. Yeah, it was supposed to be the one that kills Zanuck, right? But yeah, those dumb nobles, they just decided to betray.
He wanted to do it. He wanted to do it painlessly because, I mean, I guess it shows the way Ainz felt, but I feel like he really related to him as a fellow king, because Ainz, he's surrounded by his NPCs, but they view him as a god, not as an individual anymore. So that's the tragedy of Ainz. He's super strong, and he's surrounded by followers, but he's also very alone because he doesn't really have anyone that he can talk to on kind of an equal footing, and that's what Zanuck gave him. So he really respected Zanuck. So when he saw him end up that way, yeah, that's why he was super mad. I was mad too. Zanuck went out like a Chad.
Yeah.
Chad Zanuck.
Giga Chad. Yeah, we
Great
respect
guy.
F. Yeah, but I heard from the comments that I read during the clips of Zanuck's execution. I heard the author saying in some source saying that the author told us if Nazarick were sent to the New World, then and Zanuck gets to rule the whole the kingdom. Yeah, it would have been a better country, if you get what I'm trying to say.
I'm sorry, your last couple of words cut off there.
Oh, oops. You know what? Never mind. I was shaking my brain, but I can get some words out. So yeah, never mind. Let's just read Kyle's comment. Huffy, since you read the novel, did you remember then an Amanoma Hitotsu getting and trying mecha armor so that as a blacksmith he still can fight, but later he got demolished by Peroroncino. Is it
Peroroncino-sama? Yeah, that's what I was saying, and Kyle's right on the money with his bringing of that up. Those suits can only get you strong up to a certain point, but they weren't made for level 100 NPCs. Like, if you're weak, it can get you to a good fighting level. So I'm pretty sure his name's Azith, yeah. So since Azith has a suit, he's kinda, all his power and strength comes from that suit, so he's not really strong as a base. That's why he was getting slapped around by Albedo. I'm pretty sure any NPCs, he would have an issue with. His strength level, I think, this is my personal opinion, I think it's around the level of Pleiades Battlemaid. So anything above them, he would definitely get slapped by.
Wait, you're saying that the whole armor thing is equal to that of Narberl Gamma? You're saying that red thing is as strong as Narberl Gamma at full strength?
I think so, yeah. Because if I recall, well, hold on, I can just pull it up here in the wiki. My memory is saying to me that the Pleiades Battlemaids are like level 40. I think level 40 or level 50. I forget. Let me make sure. Where is?
Well, from what I heard, they're level 70 or 80, maybe even 90. But yeah.
Okay, total level is 63, so like around 60. So yeah, it's around there. And she's actually the highest level member of the Pleiades, so I think the other ones are around 50. Yeah, 50-ish or so.
Wait, I thought Oriole Omega, she's like the highest level of them all, right? Omega, Oriole, the Pleiades that decide that that is remain, that is stationary at the 8th floor. I thought she's the one with the highest level.
She's the only human member.
Well, for now, I guess one of the two human member, because Climb is joining Nazarick. So wait.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, like the room that they gave for Climb and Renner is on the 9th floor, and that's where the battle maids are stationed with Sebas. So he's gonna meet Sebas again. We just don't know when.
I wonder.
I'm hoping it doesn't happen off screen. Yeah, so he can finally be reunited with his life coach.
Yeah, hopefully. But seeing. Wait, I don't think Overlord gave us the anime gave us enough fan service, as in, I'm not saying as in those kind of fan service, I mean, as in, wholesome, heartwarming fan service, maybe some just reconciliations of old characters, if you know what I'm trying to say. So I doubt that they'll show it in the anime.
I mean, maybe not in the anime, but the light novel I'm hopeful for, because certain characters we do hear from again in certain scenes, or maybe off screen or whatever, like the heroine of volume 13 and 12, whose name is Barriare? No. Either way, we call her the Pope. Oh, Nea. Yeah. Pope Nea. She's the main heroine of volumes 12 and 13. She doesn't show up in 14, 15 or 16, but we hear of her, which I think works out just as well. We'll hear other characters talking about her. And it's the same thing with the Emperor Jerkniv. So I think Climb and Renner will eventually hear about in background lore, background conversation like that too. And I don't know, that feels a little bit more realistic at the same time. Because, as much as I love those characters, their story is pretty much done too. I don't think they can really add anything to their character arcs.
Yeah. Other than fan services, yeah. Oh wait, since you're mentioning volume 12 and 13, I think season 4 it takes place in volume 14 and 15, right?
No. So volumes 12 and 13 that I'm talking about, they're gonna take place between episodes 8 and 9. From what I read, that's what they're making the movies about.
Oh.
Yeah, but season 4 had, I believe it was volume 11, or it was 11, 14, and maybe volume 10 as well. Because when they went to the mountains for the dwarves, that was one whole novel.
But yeah, this whole dwarf thing, it's never brought back, not until at least at the end of season 4, so I'm very hopeful that they will bring back the whole dwarf thing. Will they?
The dwarves, yeah, that's the thing, they appeared in volume 12, and this is plot relevant, so I won't mention it since you haven't read it and you want to watch it, but they show up towards the beginning, and it's a little time skip away from, I think it's 6 months to a year after they've had their way away from the Dwarven Kingdom, so you can see how they've settled in already.
Uh-huh.
So some dwarves move to Irantel, the adventurer city, and some dwarves move to the village where Inferia and Henry Emmett live, to be the blacksmiths for the goblins because they don't have any.
Oh. Wait. Wait. How many nations are there? I think I know kingdom. I know Jerkniv's emperor thing, empire, and I know the slain theocracy. Is there any other nations?
Yeah. There's 2 that are left. Well, 3 technically. So aside from the slain theocracy, there's the Elven Kingdom, and Elven Kingdom is featured prominently in volumes 15 and 16, immediately after season 4. And then there's the Council States, and that's the one where Platinum Dragon Lord is from. He's a counselor of the Council States. And
this is Selfie Bear. We're talking about the anime of Overlord, which is discussing stuff. If you want to contribute, then I'll be glad. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's also the Dragon Empress. So she's like you know how like Sebas is a dragonoid?
Yeah.
That he's like yeah, that's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like she's supposed to be like that too, but she's like really old.
Oh, she's
So
like
that's like a
she has like
whole.
the same species as Sebas.
Supposedly she's supposed to be a dragonoid too. So I don't know.
But why did you trademark Runecraft?
It's if you read the books like me and Kyle, you'd know. that's a little inside joke between me and Kyle.
I don't get it. Explain.
You'd have to read it to understand.
Why?
That's Ainz. Ainz is heavily investing, and he's trying to make it happen. He's trying to see it as a business. So he's trying to make rune-crafted technology more commonplace in the world because it spreads knowledge specifically about the Sorcerer Kingdom. You know, when people see a runecraft weapon, they'll be like, "Oh, where's that from?" It's from the Sorcerer Kingdom. That's why every time in the texts, the sacred texts, the light novels, they always capitalize runecraft and they trademark it every time it's mentioned.
Alright, that's funny. Alright. I like the joke. Alright, I like the joke very much. Well, I'm learning more than I'm supposed to learn now. This is a very nice discussion.
Yeah, you've got to read the light novels, especially since I know you're a fan. Like I think you'd like it a lot, because as good as the anime was for world building, it leaves a lot of stuff out. And then you can watch it again afterwards with like, you know, more enjoyment. Be like, oh, I get that. I understand. This adds to my viewing experience.
Oh, お姉ちゃん welcome.
Welcome, Yuki.
Yeah, we're
Welcome.
talking with Happy Bear. Today we're talking about anime Overlord because yeah, it's fun to do. It's really fun to do. We should do this. We should do it sometimes, お姉ちゃん. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you about this character with the black and white hair. I think her name is Zetsume, right? Right?
She has an actual name, but it's like it's from the later volumes that haven't been animated yet, so I don't know if I want to bring that up.
I see.
I'll leave it up to you, but yeah. Well, I won't talk too much about it because, you know, I don't want to spoil you. But I like her as a character. She's fascinating. She is not what I thought she would be at first.
Yeah, she'll probably be defeated by, I don't know, Shaltir in like 2 attacks and in all those builds.
I think PDL is stronger, but she's still the strongest because you can't really compare dragons to normal, or like to humanoids, you know, like they're dragons. Strong in general, but she's like the strongest out there, like New Worlder wise.
But still though, wait, I'm so confused. There's some.
But you're right. When that fight that Kale.
Yeah.
That fight that Kale brought up when she fights Mary, such a good fight. Such a good fight. Because it was from her point of view, so it was so interesting to read.
I'm sorry. Oh no.
Oh
No.
yeah, the stream's kind of dying.
Yeah, it's not just the stream for some reason. It's just something to do with myself as well. So, uh-oh, not good. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Huffy.
Nah, you're all right.
All right, let's. All right, I still can do this. All right, I still can do this. So, where were we? The 8 Greed Kings. Seven of them are males and one of them is a female, right?
Yeah, from what we know. And we also know they all killed each other.
I'm so glad that Ainz is the only player there. Otherwise, yeah. The
That got
eight.
me thinking, though, like, if we know the 8 Greed Kings kinda, they did whatever they wanted, does that mean, and there was like 7 guys and 1 girl, does that mean they killed each other fighting over the girl? Is that what was going on? Because they don't really say how they died, other than the fact that they killed each other.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Other girls on on New World is kind of fine though. I mean, have you look at let's say an example like a waifu from a New Worlder. I can't think of one without getting some accusations. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. The only thing that popped on my mind when I think of a pretty New Worlder is like Evil Eye. But she looks young. I don't want to get accused, right? I can't. Yeah, you're right.
And this is why you need to read. So there's a special one-off volume, and this is probably not going to be animated, but the gist of the novel is Ainz, or Momonga, showing up 200 years prior by himself with no Nazarick, and coming across a girl who is Shaltir in the current timeline, but here her name is Kino because she hasn't become Shaltir yet. She just became a vampire. So Momonga takes her under his wing, and they go adventuring together. That was a separate timeline, and it was very, very good. That's why I really like Evil Eye as a character, because they fleshed her out in this other light novel.
Kino. So Kino is like she's Shaltir, but she's not quite Shaltir yet.
She's not as high level as Shaltir. Obviously, Shaltir is level 100, but she's like level. I want to say she's like a Pleiades battle maid. She's like around like 50 to 60 or whatever.
Welcome, siesta. We're talking about Overlord. Let's go.
Welcome, siesta. Welcome, siesta.
It's such this guy and Maysa. So yeah. I think I've heard of this story. In this new timeline thing, Ainz he actually used the staff of Ainz Ulgon into combat to fight against what do you call it? I think a dragon lord. I mean an actual dragon lord, not a fake one that uses wild magic. You're right?
Yeah, he fought against the Elder Coffin Dragon Lord. Elder Coffin.
I mean, yeah, I think
that would be a cool fight too. Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know if he's still in the New World now because it's a separate timeline. Like the only one we've heard about was PDL, and I think PDL brought up Deep Darkness Dragon Lord in a conversation, so we know that he exists, but we don't. Yeah, we haven't seen him. Only PDL is the one that we've seen.
Well then, who's Riku Aganeya?
Yeah, that's PDL. Riku Agneya is the name of that. When Kyle says there, he thinks there was a player from the heroes party of PDL, Evil Eye, and Rigrit, the 13 heroes. I think that was Riku Agneya who was a player. But the players that aren't undead can die of old age or whatever, so I think he just died.
Bruh.
I'm pretty sure, like, yeah. And Riku is a Japanese name, right? Like, that sounds like something a weeb would make his character in an MMO, so I think that might
Don't call them out like that, Huffy, come on. Yeah. It'll continue to season 5, and probably it's gonna be the final season if the novel ended soon, but not if there's probably a season 6, maybe. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I'm hoping for a longer Overlord. So, did I just say Overlord instead of Overlord? Yeah, I'm wishing for a longer Overlord, so I can see
and then
this girl.
Did you watch Isekai Quartet also?
Oh, absolutely! I
not,
loved it. I loved it so much.
yeah, even though it's not canon, it's very. I really like it a lot. Fun to watch.
I love Isekai Quartet, man. Such old times. I remember the times when, yeah, the times where, yeah. It's for another story. But the fact that, Ainz, I think he had an interest in Subaru, in Natsuki Subaru, for having return by death ability. But yeah,
right. Isn't that so cool that like he saw it? Like he could have probably grabbed it and removed it, but like he just wasn't thinking because like he was like, okay, like I see that there, but no one's talking about it, so I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, but
he got distracted.
Yeah, Aqua from Konosuba, she's like legit a goddess, and she was able to inflict actual harm to Ainz, but what do you call it? She was able to inflict actual harm to Ainz, but not like the others, they don't realize it and they just thought, oh, it's probably just.
Oh yeah, because she's a goddess. Oh, can I? This is a little bit off topic, but I just wanted to say that I finished the light novel series of Konosuba a few months ago. Like the light novels ended.
Oh yeah, it ended a few years ago, right? I think 2019,
yeah,
2015. No.
I read the final translation when I bought it, and I read it. I'm like happy with the way it ended, but I also miss it at the same time. Like it feels weird. So I'm hoping Overlord, when eventually it ends, gives me the same feeling too. Like, okay, I'm happy with the way it ended or whatever.
I'm still waiting for at least the saga of Tanya the Evil second season, and then like ReZero third season, and then Konosuba also third season. When are they coming? Like Overlord, I guess the one with the most season by this point, right?
Yeah, actually, after Tanya the Evil's movie, there was no more seasons. I thought there would be a season right after that.
But nah.
Because I watched the movie in theater with my brother. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I like the part when she dances on the church thingy.
Yeah, because my brother didn't know anything about Tanya the Evil, but I was like, okay, let's watch this because there's a movie coming out.
Oh, bye, siesta.
Like 12 episodes, so let's watch it. So we ended up watching. We binged it, and then he got hooked on it, and then we saw the movie. Got even more hooked, and then there was no second season, so he got mad.
How could they do this to us? All right. Back to Overlord. Why did we get the Shielded Hero season 2 instead? It was bad. All right, it was bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's bad. With all due respect. Shield Hero season 2. It's bad.
Oh, Shield Hero, it's like, it's weird. It's good. Like I was reading the light novels also, but then something happened and I just got bored and I don't know. I stopped reading it.
Yeah, I'm sorry now, Fumi. But yeah, Ainz is more interesting than you.
Oh, by far. Hard agree, by far. Ainz is very... Out of all the isekai protagonists, I don't know. I like reading... Aside from maybe Goblin Slayer, I like reading Goblin Slayer too, but Ainz is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, but personally I like Subaru because of his, I like Ainz because of the order, the scheming thing. But Subaru, he's powerless, but he has the will, to keep going on even after he died. Go on and on and on. Wait, Siesta, what are you saying? By the way, Maysa, before I go, Sayas. No, Siesta, no, you're not. You're oh my god.
What is that?
It's a very sussy statement. You should ignore that. Alright. Focus to the topic. Alright, let's just focus to the... I'll tell you later on the DMs.
I'll just translate it.
Yeah, you just translate
it. Yeah, I don't know. Ainz is just very, very interesting.
Yeah, I like it as well. Yeah. Controversial question: if Ainz were to fight Reinhardt than Astria, who would win? Who would win?
A lot of people. This always comes up, and I don't want to answer it because like obviously it depends on who's writing it, right?
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. But that's one of the reasons why I don't really like RE0. Like I'll read it here and there. Nowadays I just kind of read the wiki articles to see if he finally ends up with someone. But there's just so much going on. And then, Reinhardt, he's literally written to be unbeatable. Whatever he has trouble with, he'll get a blessing at that moment to deal with it. So it's kind of, even though Ainz is overpowered too, like that, I don't know, the way Reinhardt's written, it's just not interesting to me. But then again, as a person, as a bear, I don't like reading Superman either, because Superman's OP. So, I don't know. Maybe Overlord's really just different because it focuses so much on the organization of Nazarick, rather than just Ainz by himself.
Yeah. It establishes many interesting characters rather than as a Mary Sue. You know what I'm trying to say? Mary Sue.
So Maysa, who's your favorite? Yeah, Mary Sue. That's the term. But who's your favorite character, Maysa? I know we talked about this a little bit, but I want to hear you expand on your favorite character.
Who was it? On Overlord?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm torn between Demiurge or Demiurgos, as you say it on the anime, and Sebastian. They both are very fascinating to me, and I like them both equally. Because Demiurgos he's just a straight, evil badass who just does stuff with this high super intellectual that he also can turn into a frog for some reason. And but yeah, even no matter how smart he is, in the end he just wants to get he just wanted to get some praises from Ainz. Like the early season 4, the first episodes before Ainz arrival to the dwarf land. Yeah, when Demiurge visits the throne, he just says, I want to get praised by Ainz, and I think that's a bit cute. With all
Yeah, Sasuga Ainz.
and my favorite scene in Overlord is when Demiurgos and Sebas, they both were quarreling, and it reminded Ainz of his old friends, and it's I'd say it's a fan service. It's a very pleasant scene to watch. When Ainz laughed instead of punishing both of them. I think it's very sweet of him.
Yeah, but there's backstory to that too, right? Because their creators hated each other.
Yeah, I like it a lot. But I still can't believe someone, the world champion such as Touch Me, has a way of naming his character Sebastian. No, I can't.
Sebastian.
No, I can't believe. No. From what I heard, he's like a cop, right? There's no way in this world that a world champion that works as a cop as his job names his NPC as Sebastian. No.
Well, that was the whole thing, right? Like, he was a cop, but the world that they lived in wasn't like our world. It was in the future, and it was a really dystopian society. So everyone, pretty much, if you were rich, if you had the goods, you had a good life, and if you didn't, you were poor, and you had to work really, really hard to survive. Like Ainz, he said he only graduated elementary school. So if you were someone like Touch Me, like you were really, really rich out of the game, you could do whatever you wanted. And he said that the reason why he became a world champion, he was like really, really good karma, and he had that whole philosophy about helping someone out is common sense, is because he was a cop in the real world, but they were super corrupt in the real world. And so he wasn't able to pursue the justice that he really believed in his real life. That's why he retreated to Yggdrasil, a video game, so he wouldn't lose his mind. He could pursue his justice there.
And it's his sense of justice, just like father, like son, I guess, and it goes down to his creation, to Sebas. Ainz gave Sebas the freedom to indulge in his sense of justice, as long as it doesn't bother with the schemes of Nazareth or whatever. And I think that's also very kind-hearted of Ainz. He still respects his comrades even if they are no longer here with him.
It makes you think though, right? Like, could that whole thing in the kingdom with Tsuare and Sebas initially hiding her at first, could that whole incident have been avoided if he just told Ainz, I was reminded of Touch Me, and helping someone in need is common sense? Ainz would have instantly been like, alright, cool, I'm fine with it. He would have smiled, that's what I think. I think he would have been like, okay, that's exactly right. So you helped her out. He wants the NPCs to think for themselves a little bit more and have some independence. I feel like he would have been okay with it, but Sebas kind of froze up in the moment. You know how sometimes, like, in work or school or whatever, things will happen, you'll kind of just freeze.
Yeah.
I feel like that happened to
it happens to every one of us, yeah. Even to the dragon Lord himself.
So he kind of just went with the flow.
But my favorite part of this whole Sebas and Tsuare thing is when Sebas asks, when Ainz gave Sebas a favor, like, I'm giving you a reward for the contributions you have done to Nazareth. And Sebas just said, no, it's a pleasure for me to do stuff for Nazareth. And Ainz just goes, no, it makes me frustrated if someone doesn't wish for the thing that I gave to them. So, and Sebas just asked, if I may, can I get some new clothes and food for Stuart? And that's like the sweetest scene on Overlord, I think, the early parts of season 3.
Yeah. So there's also there's backstory for them. It doesn't show up in the main light novels, but I think it's in the manga. Yeah, they get a little bit more story in the Pleiades short story in manga, and the Undead O for Coma manga series. And it shows how Tsuare is kind of adjusting to living entombed. So the maids are still kind of keeping their distance from her, but she's learning how to be a perfect maid from... Initially, it's from Pestonia, but when Pestonia gets in trouble with Ainz and Albedo punishes her and Negredo by putting them on the 8th floor or whatever, it's Yuri Alpha who takes over training Tsuare, and so she teaches her like how to walk and like how to... I don't know, it was so cool. I liked it a lot.
Wait, Pestonia, would you mind reminding me about her full name again? I forgot.
Yeah, Pestonia Shortcake Wanko.
I still can't get over the fact that Shortcake is her middle name.
It's so cute. I don't know, man. I like her a lot as a character because she always forgets to say woof after talking, even though she's supposed to.
Yeah, that's called breaking character. Yeah, that's called breaking character. It just happens to some of us, alright? Don't judge us. Don't judge us. Come on.
Yeah. No judgment. No judgment.
Yeah. Another thing great about Overlord is the fact that the author just puts his time to make side characters that are not very relevant to the story, but they still are interesting by
you're
them.
cutting in and out, Nathan.
Uh oh. Yeah, my internet's. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that even if, what's great about Overlord is that even with, those side characters, the author really put his time on to make the side characters interesting, even if they don't contribute that much to the narrative of the story. They just exist, for the sake of having fun. They just exist for comedic purposes, like Estonia and Eclair, that one penguin guy who keeps bragging about, one day I shall be the ruler of the great tomb of Nazareth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what's great from Overlord.
That's all. The characters are super kind of fleshed out. That's why even I didn't really realize this, but a lot of people really like Clementine. I mean, she died in season 1, but a lot of people really liked her character.
Rip. At least we get to know her older brother.
Yeah, the one who drove her to leave the Black Scripture out of resentment.
Wait, is there a family drama between them?
I believe it was referenced when she's talking a little bit. She says she used to be part of them, but she left because, I guess her brother. It's like one of those things where the brother is like an overachiever, and so even though the younger one is talented, but because they're not as talented, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. This is just what I remember. Since the younger one's not as talented, they kind of get a resentment complex or an inferiority complex, and so they end up leaving. I'm pretty sure that's what happened with Clementine and her brother.
Hopefully we get more of these told in the anime, or at least on the light novel, because I find this very interesting. But then again, we shouldn't expect much, really. Oh, it's been an hour. So do you still have time, Huffy, to discuss about a bit more of a topic, or?
Yeah, I can chat for a little bit longer.
Alright, then you should greet One-chan, because she's here with the ring. She's proposing to you.
Was One-chan joining?
Yeah, Yuki.
Aw, thanks, Yuki, but I can't accept it because I belong to everyone.
Damn it. That's a painful rejection.
I'm everyone's bear. I'm everyone's bear.
Alright. He belongs to... Yeah, he belongs as much to you as he belongs as much to me, alright? So, it belongs to everyone. He's a public bear, not a private one. I don't say anything, I just ask, will you be my maid? What? I mean, I think she meant butler. Like Sebas.
I don't think I could be a good maid. I could be a butler for sure, but not a maid.
Huffy-chan.
Should just be Huffy-san or Huffy. Actually, I have some Japanese VTuber friends, and they refer to me as Huffy-san. Huffy, it's the cutest thing in the world. I don't know why. I just get little fuzzies inside when I hear that from them.
Huffy-san.
There's a language barrier, but just hearing that, I'm like, oh, feels good.
Feels good, man. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna read this one thing, and Kyle, what is it? But the thing is, when Pandora tried to talk to PDL Armor, he didn't answer when called Rico, but he answered when called Aganea, because when I was asked about when the name Rico Aganea, he just said it's just a random name. Why did the PDL has to fake the name? Why?
I mean, he was probably trying to be cautious, kind of like the way Ainz was, but he wasn't as cautious, so he still let a lot of things slip.
That makes sense. He even thought that Albedo is the player, and which is actually pretty smart though, when you think about it. But meh, Ainz is the one, so this is the player.
So who is... So, like, Nazarick aside, who's your favorite New Worlder?
I can't really think of much, really. New Worlders, after seeing the power of Nazarick, they seem like an insect to me as well, so... No, I can't just take something right off my head. Or the top of my head. Let me think. No. Would you mind helping me just by saying a random New Worlder character's name?
Well, you already said Evil Eye earlier.
No, I mean I'm saying Evil Eye as in the one that looks fine, the one that looks pretty. You get what I'm trying to say? Right, not necessarily their character, I like them, but not necessarily in their character.
You like petite characters?
No, you misunderstood. No. Alright. Uh-oh.
I mean, I like, I can bring up mine. I like Henry and Inferia. The chemist and the village girl. I like their story a lot.
Yeah, but their development is underwhelming, so I'm not feeling many, empathy and compassion for them. So I
really, they had like a whole light novel to themselves. Maybe it was the show. They only got like 2 episodes in the show, I think, or a few episodes.
Yeah. Makes sense. But Hamsuke? No, I don't. Hamsuke is just just a comedic relief. I don't think it's something of a relevance. It's just a comedic relief. So I can't really settle on a character when it comes to New World. If you say Nazarick, then I can say a lot aside from Demiurgos and Sebas.
There are some that I want to know a little bit more about. I mean, as far as New Worlders go, my favorite is probably Zeshi, and then like Evil Eye, and then Henry, Emma, and whatever. But as far as the ones that I want to know more about, the 2 assassins that are part of the Blue Roses.
Oh, the twins, yeah.
Ninjas. Yeah, so apparently they're triplets. And so apparently their story was they were tasked by their clan to assassinate the leader of the Blue Roses. And when they met her, they ended up becoming friends instead. So they joined her party and became the Blue Roses. But their sister, the triplet, she stayed in the clan and she became the clan leader. And when Nazarick absorbed the Empire is where that clan was, she ended up joining Nazarick too. So apparently she's training with the Hanzos right now. They bring that up in volume 14. I forget what her name is, but they were like, she's training right now with the Hanzos, trying to get like new skills or whatever. So we haven't seen her yet in person. We've only had like the throwaway line, and that we know that she's their sister. But I want to know more about her. I think that would be so cool.
And talking about the sisters, though, now I just got reminded of this one character that I find interesting, which is Brain Anglaus. Yeah, I like Brain Anglaus as a character. He's a well-developed character.
And his nail cutter.
Yeah, nail clipper. Man, yeah. At first we saw him like he was a cocky man. Like, oh yeah, no big deal. She's just a vampire. He got traumatized by Shaltir and he got what he deserves. And he turned for the best. He turned into a better character.
Do you feel like I felt like there was like a little bit of a romantic overtone between him and Gazef. I feel like that's like, it was like so subtly implied. Because like he was just following him everywhere.
Look, they're just bros, alright?
Well, I know Gazef sees him as a bro. But someone, I think it was like a tweet that I read, it made me think that maybe Brain was like, you know, like not like a romantic sense, but like it's like Brain centered his entire life around Gazef. You know, to the exclusion of everything else.
Man, must be a sad life. What's up, Maysa? What's up,
he
Luffy?
died.
Hello, Calskilla. Welcome.
He died doing what he loved.
But yeah, he died with honor as well. I mean, Cocytus, he killed him with respect, with, you know, with the long sword that he only uses to kill the people that he respects, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Like, once he heard the name, he was like, "Oh snap! It's a warrior." So it kind of glosses over that in the scene, but in the light novel when they fight, Brain feels regret because he thought that Cocytus would look at him the same way Shaltir did, or the same way Sebas did when he first met him, when they were like nothing or whatever. They didn't even really dignify them with conversation. They were just trying to kill them or whatever. But Sebas stopped for him, drew his sword, introduced him as a warrior. Like, it doesn't really show it in the book, in the anime scene, but in the book, it was so, like, you could tell Brain's life in that moment, it felt vindicated. He was like, this is the best thing ever. I feel like such a warrior.
I'm glad that he went out doing the thing that he liked, though. Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good character. I mean, he
Yeah,
witnessed.
Couch brings up a good point. Gazef was Brain's ultimate goal. And I think in the end, he, like, after those power-ups he did fighting Cocytus, for that 1 second right before he got cut down, I think he ended up being stronger than Gazef at that point.
Yeah,
he was able to evolve.
At that point, he must be stronger than Gazef. It reminds me of the third episode 12 scene showing Brain his death in Cocytus' hand. Even the ending we see, so yeah. But yeah, he get to be frozen by the Frost Virgin, so Frost
I like them as,
yeah.
Yeah, I like them too. We didn't really get to see them before this episode, but I guess they're Cocytus' direct servants on his floor. Like that was pretty cool to see. You know, they just follow him so he's definitely like samurai themed.
Virgins. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit immature. I just find them funny, right? Why did they decide to name it Virgin? Like, there are like many other names other than virgins, come on.
I wonder if they were originally called Frost Maidens. Maybe the translation messed up somewhere.
No maidens. Yeah. Yeah, good character. That was my favorite character. Brain was. I also like Jerkniff, but yeah, he was a confident leader, and Ainz was trying to copy him, you know, to become a better leader of a nation, right?
Yeah. Oh, and that's one of the things that they didn't include that I wanted to see. So I believe they're called the Quagoa, but the one that Shaltir massacred in the
Yeah,
Dwarven Kingdom.
definitely.
Yeah, in the books, he and Jerkniv become best friends.
The leader of Quagoa?
Yeah, like the one that looks like a beast man. He becomes best friends with Jerkniv because they were both basically they were bullied into joining the Sorcerer Kingdom. They didn't have a way out. So they end up bonding over their shared origin story into working for Nazarick. So they become best friends and they end up drinking beer together.
So are they plotting to like betray Nazarick?
No, they know better than that. They're just commiserating over their losses. Because both the Empire and the Quagoa, they ended up losing a lot of people.
Yeah. But you know, I wasn't expecting the whole Empire to be a vassal state, right? It was Jerkniv's idea,
Yeah,
so
but no one was.
yeah, man, I can't wait to see Ainz turn, you know, slaying the theocracy into his, you know, vassal state.
Yeah, but that's why like it was so funny when Albedo told Demiurge, he was like he did it in 3 days. 3 days.
Yeah, Demiurge, like as usual, he says Sasuga ain't someone, and then he just ends like usual.
Those are some of my favorite moments from the story, though. It's when Ainz is like, "Oh, that's right, Albedo," or "How about you explain to them so they understand, Albedo or Demiurge,
And then
so I can understand too."
yeah, the lucky fool trope. But I'm guessing, yeah, Ainz's intelligence. He was so intelligent to the point that he wasn't aware of his own intelligence. That's my head canon. Okay.
I honestly think that it's because Ainz has a really high luck stat, so everything just ends up working out for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's an overlord, right?
Yeah, I forget if it's like built into his character or whatever, but very, very, very lucky what he does.
When the fourth season trailer came out, you know, when Ainz said, "I am Overlord," and you know, and the whole comment just overlords along, and I was just crying and pissing myself at that point. No, truly one of the anime of the year.
When he said it's Overlord in time.
Yeah, he said it's overlording time.
No, as good as I will say this though, as good as Overlord season 4 was, it's not my anime of the year. My anime of the year right now is Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh, Rebecca.
Both Rebecca and Lucy were best girls.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Kyle is right. Ainz's luck is like King from One Punch Man. Everything ends up working to make him look great. I mean, Ainz is OP in general just because of, like, you know, he's a really good combat strategist for PvP. But everything else, like all that luck, just he's right. It makes him work exactly like King. That's a good analogy, Kyle.
No. He's like King and Saitama just merged into one character. Literally. But still, good analysis though. No, I can't wait to see Overlord movie in season 5 and season 6 until it's just no more. Because yeah, it's a very engaging anime.
Yeah, the movie is what I'm a little bit worried about though, because sometimes when the movie comes out in Japan, it takes a while for them to, unlike a TV show, it takes a while for them to translate it. Like, I mean, I'm sure someone's probably gonna try to pirate it or whatever. I don't like watching pirated stuff. Normally the quality is really bad anyway, so I'd just rather wait or whatever. I'm just hoping like they'll put it on, I don't know, for rent or Crunchyroll, or maybe they'll show it in theaters like they did the Tanya the Evil movie and the Sword Art Online movies. In my local area,
hopefully,
so
I can't wait.
it.
I can't wait for the movie. I can't wait to see Ainz just doing his just casual Sasuga Sama moment, and yeah, it just casually destroys a whole entire country without even realizing it, just conquering the whole thing.
I think it's supposed to be 2 movies.
What?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 2 movies. Yeah. As soon as I said that, Kyle said that. Yeah, I think it's 2 parts. So two movies, like 1 for each volume, because it's supposed to be 12 and 13.
Hopefully they have some more fan service. I'm expecting Naya. Who is the one?
Oh yeah, Nea's the heroine that I was saying earlier. We call her the Pope. The Pope of Nazareth. She's like the main hero. So even though Ainz is still there, the novel volume 12 and 13, they're written from her point of view, Nea's point of view. So Nea is a squire with the Holy Kingdom, which is a different country. Holy Kingdom.
It has something. It has nothing to do with
Yeah.
previous...
House Kilo and Kyle know what's up.
Wait, what? Wait, no, I'm not catching anything. So the Holy Kingdom is a completely different kingdom than Riestes and then Slain Theocracy, right?
Yeah. So they're separate from the Theocracy. Yeah, they're separate from the Theocracy, but they're called the Holy Kingdom. And I won't spoil it. I'll just let you. It's either you read it or you'll watch the movie. But it's a good story. I actually kind of want to reread it now myself.
Man, I like hopefully the movie doesn't revolve around Nea, because I want Ainz to be the main character.
Yeah, well, it depends if they change the direction of the story, but if they don't, then Nea's gonna be the main.
Well, bruh, I guess I have nothing to say but to accept, the circumstances, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta head out soon, Maysa, though.
All right.
It was great. It was great chatting with you.
No,
I
it was
actually
great.
had a lot
I
of
learned
fun
a lot. Yeah, I learned a lot.
Just talking about Overlord.
Yeah, we should do this more sometime.
Alright.
Like, we should do this more often, because, yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it. Who's Remedios?
Yeah, we could have just another maybe discussion about other, or maybe isekai in general.
Sure.
As a genre. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for it. Yeah, thanks for sharing your knowledge with us, Huffy, your Overlord knowledge. Thank you very much, Tasuga Huffy-sama.
Oh, thanks for having me on the channel. Really appreciate it. That was fun.
And thank you.
This was fun.
Thank you to Kyle Skillo for coming. Thank you, Kyle, for adding some contribution to the chat. And yeah, it's been a really fun discussion. Thank you for coming, and we're just gonna head out. All right, I will see you on our next stream. Subscribe to Huffy, and for Huffy's viewers, subscribe to me, because why not?
Yeah, subscribe to Mason, guys.
Yeah. Anything else you wanna say before we end the stream?
No, that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys have a great day, or I guess a great night for you guys over there.
Very
And
well.
it's everyone's bear, Puffy here.
And it's
Catching
everyone's
out later.
little brother physicist. And now we'll see you on the next mission. Oh wait, that's Grace. All right, I think. Uh oh. Everything, nya 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 nya. I forgot the lyrics.